Hello everyone and welcome to YUGIMENZ. Today I'm going to profile the Nekroz Dogmatika profile. You may have seen the replays on YouTube. I finally got around to profiling the deck. So we'll start off with playing 2 Costless. It's your sort of, I suppose you can't really ritual summon it out. It does have a good effect, but it's more so just to search for a Nekroz ritual spell really. 3 Unicorn because it's back at 3. It's a walking skill drain. If you're going up against an extra deck sort of deck, you're sort of it's quite good. 3 Brio just for the Diviner of Herald combo, and plus it's probably the best Nekroz card. I'm not playing Valk or Trish, although I might play Trish. There has been some situations where I thought to myself, well, I'd really like to banish a card from their hand, field, and graveyard, but yep, I might include Trish, but Brio's the best. It shuffles 2 extract monsters back into the deck, which is pretty monstrous. It's an okay beater, and you discard it to search Colossus, to search Cycle to bring it back out. So we play 3 Diviner of Herald. At the end of the video, I'll go through the sort of combo that, the combo's okay, but it's sort of, if you get hand trapped, you're sort of beat. So I'm sort of looking how to change it up. I'll move on to the Dogmatika package. You all sit over there, Nekroz. As Diviner, you're like a honorary Nekroz ritual monster, yada. So 1 Flurries the Knighted. Sort of, you search it off Ecclesia to summon in their turn to negate a monster. It's sort of what I've based around this deck is just to try and not let the opponent make a move. Sort of whatever they summon, either punishment it or you negate the monster. 1 Maximus, just because Maximus is sort of good, you get good value. You can send 2 Heralds and search twice, but the downside is when your opponent, if they're playing like the counter, like the Intis or Heralds themselves, if you go up against Drytron, this is going to plus for them, which is definitely not what you want to do. I've got 2 Ecclesia in here. I'll probably cut it to 1 because you sort of just want to search it off Nadir Servant. I'm sort of glad it didn't get hit on the list. That's why I sort of held back on a lot of the profiles, just in case anything sort of meta got hit. I'm playing for the hand trap. I'm only playing Gamma because it's pretty good when you can get this off. It gets you an Omega that you can take a card out of their hand, or you can go into another sort of link monster. And then I included the Eva package, but I'm not very, I'll show you in the combo, but I'm thinking I'll take Eva for probably Droll and Lockford or Ash Blossom, because Droll probably has a better meta impact than the likes of Ash. And then I just thought I'd play 2 of each Herald just so I get negate a spell, and then the monster effect, but most of the times you're going to go for the monster effect. Up, use, go. Move on to the spells. I'm playing 1 Cycle, 2 Kaleidoscope, and 2 Talents. But I'm thinking I'll probably bump Talents up to 3 because it's a really good card. It's sort of a reactive card. If they Ash, you can draw 2 or you can steal their monster. It's 3 ban cards in 1, so it's pretty nice. And of course, 3 Nadir Servant. It's one of the artwork on it's amazing. It's one of the best cards in the deck. I'm thinking of playing the Dogmatika Ritual monster as well. It seems pretty strong. It doesn't negate, but you can send like an Intis to pop stuff. I'm playing the whole Winda sort of package. I'll show you that in the combo how I do that, but I sort of think that Winda probably is a bit redundant when you can have Unicorn on field. But of course, if you have Unicorn on field, Flurries the Knighted, you can sort of summon it and negate the Unicorn so that your Winda is live again. But I don't see why you would waste that really. So I'm probably going to cut the Winda just for more extra deck utility. 3 Pot of Prosperities. Most of the times you'll probably only go for 3 because the cards are the decks for the searchers. So most of the times you really only want this to try and find the Nadir Servant or the Diviner. So sometimes you may go for 6, but it really does. You sort of want your extra deck to send to graveyard. 3 Dark Ruler Remorse, just in case, because of the way Drytron is, and bird up and all that there, you sort of need to see it or else you're going to lose, but it is a bit of a brick, so I'll probably cut this for the drills in the pre-prep. Just it's that you play in any ritual deck, it searches your Brio and cannot recycle a ritual spell. I was thinking instead of playing the Eva package, I would play the Egg Angel that searches for the Sanctuary card. It seems pretty good, and then you can use the Sanctuary to bring this back, go into Needle Fiber, Hockey Firebrax, and summon out a Gam, I don't know, whatever. Imperial Order just for the Sky Striker, sort of a tendency to main deck this now, just because it is a blowout card. If you can flip this up and resolve it, you're most likely going to win against 90% of the decks. One Schism just for bringing winda out, but it's not optimal, really. And then 2 Punishment, because it's pretty good. I'll probably cut this to 1, because if you need a second punishment, you're probably just going to lose anyway. So I've probably got a lot of room that I can change on. Oh, I'll go to the extra deck. I'll set these 2 cards out for the combo for... I'll go through the extra deck. I've still to make changes on the extra deck of what I might change. I wish this was in order. I haven't put this in order, but I will flip through them. Right, where we go? I'll go links first. So we've got 1 link Revo just for the link off the Eva, so that you have an extra deck monster on the field and trigger the Eva. So I've got 3 Heralds, because you play this at maximum because you want to send them the search, and then the 1 Omega just for I can summon it and I can use it to shuffle back monsters, and if I'm playing against Dogmatika and they Maximus me, I can send something and return it, or just send the graveyard just to recycle a key card that I need. So I'll leave these like this. One totally awesome because it's totally awesome. It adds back a Nekroz and it searches Ecclesia. It's low enough for Ecclesia, yep it is. So it's good just to send off Nadir Servant. 3 End Test because it pops a card on the field, which is pretty good. I mean, you can usually just send this off Punishment and pop 2 cards. Like most cards you're going to activate it on probably will be under 2,500. The Fossil Skull Knight, you can kaleidoscope out Brio and then pop a card. Oops, I'm going a wee bit off camera. It's pretty good. I mean, most of the times he will get banished with Pot of Prosperity, but there you go. I've got Mega Fleet, but I need to change this for another 10 just so you can kaleidoscope out Brio and Unicorn. But I'll probably want to opt for a 10 that actually has attack power so that I can use it with Punishment. And I've got 5-headed dragon. You need a 12 anyway. It summons something out. The Titanclad, which is called Bastard Dragon in the OCG, which is pretty cool, but we get the localized name of Titanclad, the Ice Dragon, instead of the Bastard Dragon. And then just the Apcalone and the winda. I'll probably keep Apcalone and play Shut All the Banishes 3 from Graveyard. It's probably what I'm going to opt for instead of summoning the winda, but I'll go through the combo here. So first of all, normal summon the Diviner. You sort of need Diviner and Nadir Servant in hand, but I mean it could be either of 3 of these combinations, and you just have to hope the Prosperity gets you the other piece. So your normal Diviner, trigger Diviner of course, and send a Herald, which makes Diviner now a level 6, and Herald will trigger and get you a search. So you'll search for Brio. So you'll search for your Brio, you'll trigger your Brio, and add Clausulus, and then you'll discard him and search your Cycle. Cycle allows you to summon from the grave, which is probably the best Nekroz card because you're going to search for Brio anyway. So we'll tribute this off for our Brio. Brio can sit here, hopefully there's no glare. Yeah, of course there's glare, can't fix that glare. Diviner will trigger, and it will summon an Eva from deck. And the Eva is important because you link that off into Link Revo, and now you have your extra deck monster to summon your Ecclesia. So on your Eva will trigger, you banish the Diviner and the Herald of Arclight, and add these 2 cards, but it's The reason I want to cut this is because if you draw any of these, it's sort of a brick, and you sort of you really need your combo pieces. It seems fine in dry drawn. I've just seemed to try to. I went and tried to do too much with this deck instead of keeping it linear. So you'd add these two, so that gives you a monster negate and a spell negate, which seems to be probably the best negates. I've seen most people just play 2 Heralds of Orange Light, but of course you get add Herald and another Diviner. So now we'll trigger our Nadir Servant and send, I think this stage we'll have to send Apcalone. So we'll send Apcalone and then Apcalone, and we'll have a random driver in hand for the discard. And then the Apcalone will trigger and get us the Schism. And of course you have to discard a card as well, because you add it and then you send it. It can trigger basically any Shadow, which is pretty good. Any sort of, if you want to draw a card, you could add Dragon and Beast, Dragon Pops, Beast sort of draws one, but for this combo I just want to summon a winda. So we'll discard a random card we don't need and add the Schism. And we'll special summon Ecclesia, because Ecclesia special summons itself if you have a extra deck monster on the field. And then most of the times I'll just go for a punishment. The best sort of one to search for, gives you 2 pops, so I would set these 2 bad boys. So now we have a negation in hand and a winda and possibly 2 pops. So you have to, the only thing, another downside is if you use punishment you can't use this, so you sort of have to pass their turn, flip this, Schism, banish the Apcalone and the Linkuriboh to get yourself a nice winda on field. They're locked to only being able to special summon once per turn, so usually let them get a monster, maybe get another monster on board, and then just punishment them. So that's it's a nice combo, but it's getting it to go off is really the issue, which is why I'm going to go back and look and see what changes I can make, and I'll probably post more replays and update the deck profile and such like that. But I hope you enjoyed the combo video. It's pretty fun. I just want Nekroz to be good, so anytime some sort of support comes out, I'm always going to try and figure out a way to use it. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you haven't seen the replays, you can check them out. You can watch me misplay to the max, and you can let me know down below what changes you would make to this deck. And it's pretty fun. I just wish it was as good as Drytron.